Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Hope you've been well. And ooh, the music just kicked in right away. Nice. Okay, so welcome again, everybody. My name is Forrest Weaver, your dear cleric, and today's gonna be one of my first streams doing some 3D modeling. So yeah, that should be nice and fun. Anyway, let me just make a post on Blue Sky saying that we're live here, so yep, there we go. Ta-da! Right, that's up and running. Right, so let's get into it. No need to preamble too much. Oh, sorry, gotta bring up. There it is. Okay, so I showed a preview of this on Blue Sky, but this is, I guess, where we're kind of starting from when it comes to the room. As you can see, I have like a very simple sort of like a cottage room here that I want to make out with like a tree kind of standing in the middle of it as like one of the main central pillars or foundations supporting the cottage itself. So as you can see right here, I've been in the middle of trying to model the tree, not the tree, the window in the background. So that should be pretty cool. Let me just check something here. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's just kind of get ourselves into it. So as I said, I'm using a mirror modifier right here to make this arch a little bit more concrete and not that way. I didn't do that for the other one. That's actually tab edit mode. Its own sort of like 3D square plane that I made. Yeah, so I may have to go in and just kind of like fine tune the positions of it to make it look much more make it better looking. Now this should be the edit mode. Yep, there it is. Now let's try and see what we can do with the rest of this. What we probably can do is name this. You can see like how messy I can be in regards to my Blender setup and all that and such, as you can see here. Let me just also say something. Just doing some prep work. Sorry if you can hear my keyboard tapping away. Alright, let's keep it going. For the archway here, I think that should be good on and of itself, so I may just go in and add another object, another plane here to simulate the little struts on the back there. You see, I'm doing it like this. Like, obviously the rough sketch is pretty rough in and of itself, and yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna eventually have to extrude all of this out on itself eventually, so I know that. And once I get like the general feeling of the nature of the windowsill, and I could do that. Continue doing this. I'll probably just do Shift D, so I can create duplicates of it, and just actually wait a minute. Maybe what I can do is edit mode. Maybe I can make this mirrored as well, so I don't have to worry about too much. Yeah, like that. Okay. Oops. Accidentally extruded it. R turn. like I'm using all these hotkeys. I can probably, like, maybe later in the future figure out how I can turn on like the key taps being visible on the screen, like how in tutorial videos do it, to see. So if anybody wants to follow along, that should be pretty interesting. Alright, so R, making sure that everything's good here. Yep. Once that is in place here, then I can shift D to duplicate the instance of the plane here to make a mirror copy of it. So I can make one that goes in here. Then Shift D again. Nope. Shift D again. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna clip it so that when I go in like this, the vertices and the edges stop directly in the middle of the origin of the object itself, so that's pretty handy if like you're trying to make a symmetrical object. Something like that, and then what we need to do is gonna change the orientation. Normal. Oh, somebody just followed here, I think. Sophia, that's nice. Sophia Bonita, that's nice. glad that you can follow on. So yeah, as you can see right now, I'm in the middle of making some Blender assets that I want to use in my eventual VTuber debut. This is gonna be like my background instead of this green space, and it's gonna be my little study room in my cottage. So now I'm just gonna shift that along the plane of the normal, so to make sure it's all going all smoothly and set. You know what? It's been a while, so why don't we do... Oh wait, nope. Whoopsies, I did the wrong one there. It's all good. It's fine. But yes, I do have a female version of my model. There is a lore reason for that. I haven't really nailed down the lore too much, but I can say is that the inciting incident was due to my male version. Let me try that again. With the proper color this time. There we are. Was doing some magic, some portal / interdimensional magic, and somehow the experiment went wrong and somehow created a sort of a portal or a rift to an alternate timeline. But as I said, the experiment kind of went wrong, so now I can change myself from my male version to my female version at any time, which is neat. So yeah. Okay then. That looks pretty good in and of itself. I know there's like gonna be a little bit weird clipping here, but that's because they're all on the same plane, as it were. But if we were to do something like this and this, go back into edit mode, and then E, then there's not too much. But I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to fine-tune the shape a little bit more. So that's the middle part there, and then there's that middle strut here, like which didn't fully come through in the the edit of my drawing, which is fine. It's fine. Why don't we try changing up the playlist a little bit here? This one should be pretty fun. Yeah, it's Professor Layton. It's always so nice and contemplative. Okay then. So in terms of this, I can probably just do the same thing is what I did, and you can probably see me changing my VTuber model without intentions. That's because to go pull back the hood a little bit, all of my little changes in my PNG tuber are done by the numpad keys, and in order to like change the camera angles for Blender, I use the numpad. But so that may be something I need to get used to. See, so I might have to start using the little axis thing here from now on, which is gonna be hard. So hard muscle memory to break. Anyway then, let's go back to it. Go into edit mode. Let's add an object, a mesh plane here. You can see it's like supposed to be here, but since it's so thin, it doesn't show up, so you gotta rotate it into place. And then like that. So it starts off with a little bit of a little middle bump here to kind of simulate the rising sun, which I got some like really cool inspiration for when looking up like fantasy, some fantasy cottages. So that's really cool. Okay, nope, don't want that. I'm gonna go into edit mode here, because there are two types of like modes when it comes to manipulating objects. Object mode operates the full object in and of itself, while edit mode can edit the geometry itself. It seems complicated, but you get used to it. Make another mirror, search mirror, there we go. Clip into it as well. Make sure that's like that. Now I gotta make sure that it curves a little bit. Everything's a little bit off kilter in my sketch because it was a rough sketch, but that's fine. In order to do this, actually, I think I may just do this. Actually, scratch that. Instead of doing the mirror modifier, we can probably just do something a little bit more simpler. Going to that. Object mode, putting it back down to level right here. Scaling it down like that. Edit mode. Y like that. And then what we can do is put in some edge loops here. More the merrier. So we can... Then once that is done, we can go up to the top here, proportional editing, which allows us to manipulate like a whole set of origins points like this. Make it look nice and cool like that. Although this part is good, maybe might need a little bit more fine tuning, so let's add another set of edge loops in here. So we can turn that off. We can try to see if we can get a little bit more like that, I guess. We can have more of a gradient. Make it a little bit more smoother like that. There we go. Looking like a nice little set of windows here so far. Now, I kind of want to... I may end up having to redo this, but I wanted to go check on this item right here. Tap that. Excuse me. Let's go into vertex mode here. This. Yeah, I may just have to end up redoing this. I kind of did this in a hurry, where I just kind of like had this square here, I subdivided it, then cut out the middle, without thinking about what's gonna happen here. Okay, how do we go about this? Probably the same way I went about it with this. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna duplicate this archway. Did I duplicate it? No, I did not. Shift D, duplicating it. There it is. I just Control Z to snap the thing back. Here. Oh, hey there, Sophia. I see a little message there. Having fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna scale it up by pressing S. Oh, gotta click back into Blender here. You can see it scales along there. Let's go back into object mode, or edit mode here. And again, maybe I can bring it down a little bit more. Just like, I can bring it like that, and edit. As you can see, because of the mirror modifier, everything I do here on the left side gets reflected on the right side, which is fun and it's very convenient. And now we have the archway almost completely back again. I want to extrude it one more time down this way. Down here. It's like the music. Is the music okay? I hope everybody can hear it because it's getting intense. Bring that up here. Here, and then E to extrude it all the way down. Yeah, there we go. That's looking a lot better, although something seems a little bit off with this one. I don't know what happened here. How's everything looking? Gotta save early and save often, of course. Now I want to go check out how this looks. Everything else sort of extruded out. Edit mode, A, so I can select all of the faces of the model I'm currently editing, and then I can press E to extrude it. How does this look? I think very little here, so I think I may just pull this down so that's more properly inside of the model. And it doesn't really, like in 3D modeling, it will be fine if like there is some clipping of some of the models here, as long as it doesn't look too noticeable. And even then I may just take this inner one, edit it, A, and push it back in a... Nope. I want to... A, Shift A. I think Shift Control. Sorry. There's always so many like hotkeys that you need to keep track of when it comes to doing these sort of things. So yeah, this looks kind of like a windowsill a little bit, right? I would say so. A little bit more or a little bit less. I want this to be like the second, like thickest item of this windowsill. The rest of them would be the other supports here. So let's try to extrude them out, but not have them go too far. That. Oh, looking good, looking good. Yeah, and then in the middle here, there'll be like a glass sheet, which probably would just be a plane or something. That would just texture to be a glass. Actually, so yeah, that's like the window done. And like, it doesn't look really too good here, but it's fine, it's fine. It's not like the camera angle that I'm gonna like render out this entire room out is gonna be like this. So you're maybe a little bit higher up, so you get the full sort of window in it. No, that's something I can always just find adjust a little bit later, but something like this. Like, here's like how the whole room sort of looks like. Is it right this moment? With like the four walls, but I haven't finished everything, and I need to see through the room in the background. So yeah, that's about how Window's gonna look like. Now for ease of access, ease of use, since there's probably gonna be a lot of objects in here, I can create collections like this. So I'm gonna say this is window. This is just for simple and easy sort of organization, because gotta do that sometimes. And since we're here, struts. It doesn't really matter how you want to struts. Nope. you can now bear witness to my horrid typing. It's not my fault. I somehow have like this seem to have like dyslexia with my fingers, where I know what I want to type, but then when I go to type it, it all just comes out wrong. So this is cross beam. Yeah, see right there, like I did not mean to hit the W key, but my finger just somehow rolled and just hit the W, so it became bewam. So window arch 1. I can put this interior INT. This could be exterior EXT. And there we go. That's the first, like, the window done. Again, I'm not going to put in the glass just yet because I don't really need to. So with that, I can probably just make it disappear. So it's not like obstructing anything else that I'm working on. I may also just bring the entirety of the window and move it so that it's up onto the wall like that. There we go. Making sure that, there we go. Looking good. Now we can do the room like that. Take out the window so we can move on to something else for a second. Now there's some stuff that I kind of want to do eventually, but I wonder what else I can do. I started on the window, but I also put in these placeholders for the table and the chair, so maybe that can be what I do next. Because like a table can be pretty simple, or it cannot be, depending on how much you want to, put effort into it, or make it how intricate you want it to be. So why don't we try doing the table? Just reminds me of the System of a Down, I think, song. Where it's like, why'd you put your makeup on the table? You wanted to, but it's all just saying, the singer saying table. It's always so funny. Okay. We know like a table is usually just like a board with some wooden legs here, right? So we can either go the route of having like individual legs being the individual objects, or we can try modeling them in and of itself onto and extruding them from the table, I guess, top itself. And I like to do that by basically sort of making these like these little edge loops here that go around to make some squares. Let's see. Are these like perfect squares? No, they are not. The music seems a little bit soft to me, so I'm cranking it a little bit up. I think I also want to do this. This also would help us and try to create like the little skirt that goes on the bottom of the table that sometimes they do, like to employ. So what I usually like to do, again, boil down low for this angle here. Whoop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yes, I do count to myself. Don't judge me. Right. So then maybe we can run it a little bit downwards like that. Looks nice. Looks nice. Now we can probably add some like more intricacies like a little bit later on. I said I want to try to see if I can get the table legs first. Now going off of like the sketch, that really rudimentary sketch I made, I have it be sort of like these sort of rounder bulbs here. What I can do... Now this has got me thinking. Instead of doing this like that, I can probably just employ the same sort of mirror strategy I did with the windows, where I don't need to have any of this other stuff. Whoops, sorry about that. We'll do this and this and these. We'll do faces. That, delete them, delete the faces, and then what we can do is mirror it again so that it's like mirroring over that way, over the x-axis, which is sure. I guess the x-axis is more of like the local thing here, where, right? I don't know. Anyway, so X and Y can make it like be like that. We'll do clipping in here. Everything looks the same as it was, as it previously was. And then what I can do is go back into edit mode, and then from here you can see I just need to manipulate one surface, and I can have all the rest of the three follow suit. So nice and easy. Now what I wanted to do was make this into a little bit more of like a ball shape, I think, or at least like rounded out the corners of this. So what I can do is take the bottom of it here, you gotta like always kind of gotta manipulate and warp the thing here, and do it like that, or we can try to put it like that. That looks pretty nice. And then what I can do is go to face mode by pressing 3. The reason why like the 1, 2, 3s of selecting the different types of edit modes from the select and the select of vertices, edges, and faces is because that's not using the numpad but the number bar at the top of like your keyboard. So yes, we can do something like this. There we go. And then what we can do is sort of just extrude it downwards like that. Looking pretty good. Having it be kind of like that is a little bit weird, so I think what I'm gonna do, having it be kind of like bulbous like that, is not that. I'm gonna try to see if I can, maybe not these top ones up here. Try to do something like this. press Z to widen it on the Z axis. Like that? Feels like I might need something else on the bottom here. But I think I can probably call that good for now. Now, I also said I wanted to do some like pretty fancy trimming on this side of the thing. So what I can do is do something like this. Since we're using the mirrors, it will also reflect on the other side. Something like that. Well, I don't want it to actually affect that top there, so I think I may just put in a little bit more edge loops. And then that, whoop, nope, not that way. G, Z, like that, and then if only there was a way to like limit it so that it's only just focusing on these ones, but alas. I could probably just fix that a little bit later on. I know a trick to doing that. I may just get like a reference of like a fancy desk. So this is just going to be something I show for like demonstration purposes, but if you've got something that you want to align or you accidentally knocked out of line and want to realign it, what you can do is you take all of the like the vertices that you want to like align up here on like one single flat plane, and you press S, then whatever axis you need, be it Z, Y, or X, and then like so for this time for this part I have to flatten it along the Z axis. So Z, S, Z, and then 0. Whoop. that okay, that didn't go as planned because I had the proportional editing on. Let's try that again. So S, Z, 0, and it flattens all that out. So something seems a little bit wonky there. Okay, try it again. Pull all of that as well, that too, and then S, Z, 0. Yep, there we go. Yeah, and see, it's all flattened out now. Just how we wanted it. So that's how it goes. But since I'm still going to be doing some manipulating of this, I want to keep it just a little bit longer. Can I get... I'm going to have to do some Googling real quick. Let's go with ornate desk. I'm not letting you guys see this. So you'll have to bear with me a little bit. Mm-hmm. Got some like waves in the back there. Ooh, the violin on this one is good. This is the Lost Future lighting theme. Actually, I'm not really seeing too many like instances of desks that have like a little bit of a flourish on the bottom. Ooh, nice piano solo. Really enjoying it. Okay, I couldn't really find anything. It's all good though. So maybe let's... I know sometimes they like having the... No, I don't want it affecting it like that. Be sort of like this, and then maybe can have this droop down a little bit more. Something like that, I guess. I'll have to look. Now the entire desk is messed up. But as I said, we have a fix for that. And I'm going into X-ray mode so I can hit all of the vertices that are and planes that are like hidden behind any sort of geometry. And control clicking, like shift clicking them, so I hit all of them. Nope. SZ0. Nope. Proportional editing. You keep doing that, buddy. It's like that, and then can I just do something like this? Yeah, there, but I don't want the top. And I don't want these bottom ones either. SZ0, there we go. Like a nice proper desk now. Some of these things got kind of misaligned, it seems. I don't know, if anything, maybe I can have it be like sort of like a frill in the back there. Might take these, pull them up a little bit more, like that. Then, yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, do we need it on the side too? Like, it looks kind of bare without it. I think I'm gonna have to ponder that a little bit more. But yeah. So that's like the table for now. I can see there's gonna be some extra items on the back there that I'm gonna have to create a little bit later on, but that's all good. We're just blocking it all out right now. Now this here's the chair. Let's name it. Chair. So yeah. This will be something that we also have to like do. This one may be put into different little parts because of like, you got like the little struts there, you got the back ends, but we'll have to see. It can all still be one item. Anyway then. Yes. Admittedly, I'm getting a little bit tired right now, and so I think we've made a lot of progress here today. So getting the table as well as the windows done. So yeah, so that's like about like a taste of like what I want to do. Here is like one of the main sort of streams that I do is where I take you behind the scenes and how the art process and creating process is all about. So yeah, so let's get back to the usual. Nope, not that. There we go. Nice, calming indie folk music. So yeah, I'll probably also like post a pic of this over on like Blue Sky once I'm done here. But yeah, thank you all very much for hanging out with me. So yeah, I hope for those who were able to tune in, enjoyed, and hope that I can catch you all next time for a little bit more of these streams. Thank you all very much, and have a nice day. Bye.